On the internet. Hello, internet. How are you? Going to be starting up the Small Screen Spoiler Show here in just a couple of moments. Bear with us here. Just doing a little bit of setup, pulling some juju out of our ass, if you will. Why does Skype have to be so stupid?
Dale is in the chat room, but he's Dale Campbell _ AFK. So
one would assume that he is away from keyboard, as I am want to know that that is what that means usually.
Usually.
It could also mean that he is African fascist clan. But that's less likely.
With a K.
Yes. All right, so now that we've been on air for a couple of minutes, I'm going to go and do this handy-dandy little button here that's going to take us live onto the Alpha Geek Radio. Because Todd has set us up with this beautiful little button that is right here. I click this button, and we are live on Alpha Geek.
Just like that?
Just like that. No but required. So then, why don't we go ahead and get this party started on a little bit early, actually. What say thee?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit the record button. That's usually helpful. So now we are recording. That's usually good.
Yeah, recording's a good plan. I like that plan.
Typically. All right. So we're going to get the ball rolling in 5, 4, 3.
Warning. Listener caution is advised. The following broadcast contains bad language and bad grammar and probably bad spelling, which is frankly an achievement for audio content.
You are listening to a podcast of the Geek.io Media Network. For all of our shows and more, visit geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio. This is the Small Screen Spoiler Show, where we discuss and spoil your favorite television shows. So if you have not watched what we're discussing, you might want to come back later. This is your final
spoiler warning. I got to warn you. You're doomed to stay. Go. Go. 1, 2, 3, go!
Spoilers.
That's right. It is time once again for the Small Screen Spoiler Show. This is indeed the Small Screen Spoiler Show, and this is episode number 45. I am CJ, pretty thick slice of bullshit, which I think is a fat joke. Thanks, Jared. Boat.
It has nothing to do with your weight.
And of course, that guy there is Jared Murder Vest Azevedo.
It's a fine vest. It's a comfy vest.
Why
but
is
CJ, this is the real me. So, do you still want me?
Oh, of course. I always want you, you attractive Asian woman, you. And of course, the invisible third seat is the sick but still performing Daryl Loot, Pussy, Booze, same old, Shaler.
We know what he's about. Same
Oh,
same old.
Same old. Speaking of same old, what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight, Better Call Saul is done. It's over for now. The Fring's back. So we're going to double up on Daredevil and talk about Season 2, Episode 7, Semper Fidelis. Because I can simplify. And Season 2, Episode 8, Guilty as Sin. Plus, how about them Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D? We're going to talk about Season 3, Episode 18, Singularity. Or Singularity, whatever you like.
Yeah, whichever. Tomato, tomato. But just as a heads up, I'm on a different recording setup for tonight, so if it sounds a little weird, it'll be fixed probably next week. And also, I am not going to have my fancy little things right up in there. Or there, whichever way the camera's pointing. So I apologize. Jazz will have his up, so you'll know what we're talking about. But strap in. It's time for Sick Daryl Does Daredevil.
Daredevil. In Semper Fidelis, Murdoch and Foggy take on the DA in the trial of the century, but their client refuses to play along. Murdoch struggles in the balance of his dual identities, is what IMDb says. But his conflict has all the conviction of an alcoholic rethinking having another drink while paying for his bottle of Jack. And in Guilty as Sin, sticks back.
Nothing else matters.
Well, there was that other cameo at the end that I did not see coming. But more on that
more
later.
on that. Yes. More on that indeed later, but nothing else matters but stick.
For now.
Yes, until we get to the other part. So,
Episode
7. Semper Fidelis, proving once again beyond a shadow of doubt, and even now Foggy and Karen realize it, Matt is the world's worst attorney.
He is really terrible at his job. Really terrible.
So bad.
Rule number 1, show up.
Oh my god, especially when you have the opening statement prepared. Dude, you are literally the worst. And finally Foggy and Karen are starting to see that. I think if Foggy could have, he would have fired him.
You suck. I don't care about your excuses. This is important. Really important.
Yeah, right? I do like how at the end, he's like, you know what? I want you to question him because you're just as messed up as him.
Yes. I want you to, because you're insane like he is. So you guys, some connection there. Make it happen. Just make him tell a story.
Which backfired. Glorious.
Yeah. And I guess we're just going to do this the whole time where we keep slipping into episode 8. But
Oh, was that episode 8?
yeah, that was episode 8.
I watched them back to back, so they kind of just blended together. I apologize.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I literally...
Episode 8 was the one where everything kind of went nuts.
Yes.
So.
We did, was episode 7 where dude, what is from pretty much every military movie ever as the colonel?
He was also Declan on Lost, and he was also Abby's mentor on Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Like the
old
police
sheriff.
Sheriff? Yeah, the sheriff. That's what it was.
Yeah. He also does pretty much every, like I said, you get him and Apocalypse Down guy in every military movie.
Yeah, he shows up all the time. That was also episode 8, though. So.
Oh, shit. Again, I had 2 glorious hours of Daredevil, so...
They were good hours.
Oh my god, 8.9 for episode 7, and episode 8 got a 9.3, which I actually think is low.
Yeah, episode 8 was great.
Oh god, dude, yes. So basically, what you're telling me though is if all the fun stuff happened in episode 8, episode 7 was literally just talking and Matt getting bitched at.
More or less.
Okay,
yes.
Moving on.
I mean, Matt and Elektra snuck off and found a boxcar full of sand.
Of dirt, yeah.
Or dirt, yeah, which is weird, and got into the fighty, which is why he was late to
yeah,
the courtroom thing.
Yeah.
And then they had an awkward conversation with Karen.
Yeah.
About vigilantes and then they kind of fought and went their separate ways. And it ended.
Thought that was episode.
No. That was episode 7 where they were.
Oh.
She was at his apartment, and then Foggy and Matt had their annual, every season fight in episode 7.
Yeah.
And it ended with them finding the big old hole in the ground.
Yay, giant hole.
And that's episode 7.
Yep. All right. Then.
Karen talked to Frank Castle and got him to give him the name of the colonel. That showed up in episode 8.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh, and it did have the cool open. Sorry, I'm just going through my notes here. It
No,
had
it's
a nice
fine.
little cold open where
I'd rather talk about episode.
Where they were interviewing the potential jury people, and everybody has.
Oh yeah. Between he's bad and he's evil. He kills people too.
That guy's
he
a
kills
hero.
people. He's a hero.
He kills bad people.
I do like how at the end,
police
they're
aren't.
like, F it. We're just gonna pick like these 12 people and hope they're mostly impartial.
There is no one impartial. It is too, in the news and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean they had to like that jury selection reminded me, and I only remember this because I live in Florida, but the Casey Anthony trial of for those who don't know, she allegedly killed her baby but was let off. There was like 3 months of jury selection on it because it was such a high profile case that they couldn't find anybody impartial. They had to go like beyond the normal court, because when you're doing court, unless it's a federal district court, you have to stay within a certain radius of the court. Each court has its own district. They had to get approval from the Supreme Court to go above and beyond that because they couldn't find anybody within the area of Orlando that was impartial. I'm guessing there was a similar situation with the whole O.J. Simpson thing back in the day.
Do you remember
By
what
the
episode
way,
it was?
I would love to do a special on, because I think it got picked up by Netflix already, of the people versus O.J. Simpson.
Ah.
I watched the first 2 episodes of it, and like it is fascinating. It's really good.
I was certainly curious about it, but I haven't.
It's definitely a
didn't try it
stinger, though. So it's one of those things that we would definitely need to wait for it to hit the Amazon or the Netflix and go all the way through it. But I think it would be worthy of a thing during our summer break.
Yeah, and it's only like 8 or 10 episodes.
Yeah, that and in the High Castle. Those are our 2 summer break specials.
I already finished that a long time ago. I don't
Yeah,
even know if I remember what happened in that show.
Yeah, I know.
Promises.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, then we're going to move on to Guilty as Sin.
Clearly, that's what you really want to do.
Yes, because this episode. Oh my God, this episode.
Oh man, this is great.
This episode is so good.
Stick's back.
Stick's back. Woo, Stick.
Showed up, and man, I don't remember him being that ripped. Like that
You're
dude,
right.
He's what, like 70, and he's like just ripped.
Yeah, dude.
You are not young, man.
No.
You could beat the crap out of me.
I think that's the reason why they have him casted.
Probably.
I originally heard like that character was basically designed after David Carradine, but obviously, well, yeah, that couldn't happen.
But probably not. Oh, and Dale's back in the chat room.
Because
He says, he would be interested in us doing the OJ thing.
Okay. Also because David Carradine killed himself. So
there's that. I do want to know how old that guy actually is. I'm gonna have to look him up. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Fair enough. So we got a name drop of the hand finally. Yay.
Oh yeah, and the chaste. We got quite an explanation.
Yeah, we got
that
good
stuff.
backstory on this one, which is like, hey, describing all of the things that have been happening in general. Yeah, we got the fact that Stick is the chaste.
So he is the chaste.
And he created his little group of superhumans, I'm guessing, in which I'm going to guess is pulled into Iron Fist.
Oh, no doubt.
With what's her name probably appearing in Kunlun.
Elektra?
No, maybe Elektra, but the woman, the Chinese woman from last season.
41.
The woman who's from much farther away.
Holy crap.
What? Is he like 90?
He's 75.
Good Lord.
I thought I was exaggerating when I said he was 70.
Dude.
He is 75.
Freaking badass, man. Holy crap.
He is, dude. He's in great shape.
So yes, Punisher is guilty as sin. He went batshit and admitted it and got put into jail. And
he did. He got put in the jail.
More on that in a couple of minutes.
Okay, we're not doing that yet. Okay.
Nope, not yet. We're gonna do the same thing that they did. Is right before we're getting ready to end. We'll spoil that part. I did go back and listen, and apparently, the Hand does use toilet bowl cleaners as part of their poison. So.
Okay, so he wasn't using the toilet bowl cleaner to.
No, that was not part of his antidote.
Okay, so it was baking soda and whiskey. I don't know if he actually used the whiskey or if he was just drinking it. I'm not sure.
A little bit of both, and I'm not sure what
Dr. Stick was fun.
Baking soda would do to like poison like that, other than just kind of suck it up. But even then,
something about it being acid and that neutralizing it and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
etc. etc.
Science Stick is not nearly as interesting as
I don't know. Dr. Stick was fun. I enjoyed
Dr. Stick was fun. Science Stick, though, I would rather have Fitz or Simmons explain that to me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. We always want Fitz to explain everything.
So, Elektra proving that she's mortal, and then also kind of showing that she's just absolutely insane. I really hated Matt in this episode. Like, he was whining and complaining the entire episode.
Pretty much. No kill. We're better than them. Yeah, okay. But are they even alive? Because didn't you say that whole thing about them not having heartbeats and not being able to hear them? Like, what are they?
Yeah.
Like, that was weird. I was hoping they'd get a better explanation of all that, but I guess no. I'm gonna string us along a little longer.
Yeah, of course. Freaking Stick. Freaking amazing, awesome actor who is fantastic.
Funny. Though I did love Karen walking into that.
Yes! Nice to meet you!
Like, crazy old guy sitting on the couch with his huge knife eating an apple. And then, some woman in Matt's bed wearing a shirt and bandaged in bed sheets or something.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of freaky crap you're into, but we're done. We're done.
That's an adequate response.
It's like, wait, just let me explain. No. I don't feel like it.
That's a logical response. I'd have that response as well. So good on you, Karen.
I don't even want to know what's going on here.
But by the end of the season, he's gonna reveal that he's Daredevil to her.
Yeah, Karen's got to find out soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. It bothers me when they make smart characters like not see the obvious thing, but
yeah,
I guess that can happen in real life. If you're too close to something, you don't see it. But
yeah, I mean,
you got to figure it out eventually.
You can play the. I keep going back to this line because it's one of the few redeeming things in the Green Lantern movie, where Carol Ferris, just like Hal Jordan shows up in full Green Lantern and is like freaks and like, oh, I am nobody that you know. And she's like, I've seen you naked. I know that's you, Hal. At least you can cover up your jowls.
Like, all you're covering is like your cheekbones.
This is like, I've seen you naked. You know what? There we go.
One great moment from Green Lantern.
Yeah. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but not as good as I wanted it to be. Unlike
I
Batman
wasn't-
versus Superman.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure what to think of Elektra in this episode. Maybe she's just too hopped up on poison.
I'm guessing
Think
that
straight.
messed with her brain, because yeah, like she was
Like,
acting
yes,
out
I
of
want
character,
to be good.
And
You
then
have a
killing-
light.
dude.
And then let me do the old trope of, yes, you were my mission, but I never expected to fall in love with you.
Yep.
Like, oh, I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Yeah. That did seem a little bit out of character, even for like Elektra in the comic books. And I've not made any attempt to hide the fact that I love this interpretation of Elektra, but this just seems kind of left fieldy to me.
A bit.
It's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, this episode is like amazing.
Oh, no. I didn't say that at all.
Yeah, literally
she was
the only
very
bad
back and
part of this-
forth. He's like, yes, I can be good. It's like, are you going to tell him what you are? No, I'm going to be with him because he thinks I can be good. And then I'm going to slit this guy's throat and kill him. Oh, whoa, okay.
That was brutal to watch. Just like slow drag across his throat, like not even the quick. Nope, slowly drag. I did like watching Daredevil try and fight with an arrow in his shoulder. That was kind of fun.
That was fun, though. There were some great fight scenes in this episode, man.
Yes. I mean,
sticking the silent ninjas at the pit, and then
Yep.
Cutting dude's head and hand and whatever else off, dropping him into the pit. Like 40 stories down. What is this hole for? What is the hole for? You can explain the hole?
No, they're gonna better call Saul the damn hole.
Don't you Gilligan the hole? You're not allowed to Gilligan the hole. This isn't a light switch.
like
There's a 40-story hole in the ground. You don't get to Gilligan the hole.
No, they're usually pretty decent at paying those off. So
yeah, I think they'll get there eventually. But they got tease this bit.
they're gonna fill the hole up with the dirt that they're carrying, and and
Or
then
is that the
build
dirt they're taking
giants.
away? Is the dirt coming in or going away? I'm not sure.
Nobody knows. I'm gonna guess going away. Or also just an obvious distraction because you're dealing with a centuries-old group of people.
Okay. And we got the Black Sun name drop thing again. So
Yep.
Tied it back to season 1.
Yay, connected. Yay, continuity. Good job.
Hooray. Sticks back and we're talking about the Black Sun again.
I'm going to make the same joke I made last year this time. Black hole sun. I heard them name drop that. I'm like, yeah, I get to make my bad dad joke again.
Boo.
And I will continue to make that bad dad joke every time they mention it.
Yeah, so then got our final scene in the courtroom. Foggy's brought Mackin in. It's like, I didn't bring you here because I like you or that we're okay. I brought you here to be useful. You're crazy like this guy. Make him tell a story. Okay. Then, of course, finds out that Frank Castle's somebody got to him.
Yeah, of course.
So instead, I'm just going to
that somebody is.
And then we get into our cold clothes. Frank walks through, puts him right out into the yard, and I was like,
thrown at him.
Yeah. It's like, and he put it out there. It's like, no, are they gonna?
Yeah, they showed the giant dumbbells, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, yes, it's the Kingpin.
I see you got my message. It's like, oh my god,
God, yes.
I was like, that's awesome, and then, oh, wait, I should have seen that coming. Why didn't I see that coming? Now I feel dumb.
At this point, they're approaching the storyline of the Punisher storyline where basically exactly what happened is he was put on trial. The Kingpin manipulated the trial because the Kingpin was in jail at the time, and he manipulated him to get the Punisher into jail with him. It was mainly to kill him, which I think will be a little bit different in this one. But at this point we are at that storyline. I just don't remember the name of the trade.
Yeah, I think the way they're going with this one is the enemy of my enemy.
Basically.
Is my associate, not friend.
Yeah, at the end of the season, since we only have 2 episodes left, I'm going to say that we're going to have Kingpin out and in charge of the Hand, as he is in the comic books.
Dun, 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 dun.
The Punisher is going to pretend to work for Fisk and break out because him and Daredevil are kind of have a bromance going on.
They're homies now.
Yeah, so I think he's going to work with Fisk just long enough to get out of jail.
They did that graveyard bonding, so
exactly.
They're homies.
Daredevil, yeah, exactly.
They'll hang out, watch
Elektra
Netflix,
and chill. Wait,
chill.
fan fiction.
Maybe.
Hey, Daredevil, I got this really cool show. It's about this one badass hot chick, and she has this awesome, like, big dude for a friend, and he can't be hurt.
Takes place in Hell's Kitchen. Thought you might like it.
I'm in. Give me this. Man, they made Hell's Kitchen really small. Like, Hell's Kitchen's supposed to be the size of, like, all of New York City. Not this
Actually, it's not.
Crap.
I don't know how Hell's Kitchen got so big in the show, but
only in this one. Like they reduced it so far in Jessica Jones. Like
yeah, in Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen's like the entire island of Manhattan, but in Jessica Jones, it's like 2 blocks.
Yeah, which is a little bit more realistic. So I'm desperately.
I mean, I've been to Hell's Kitchen. It's it's probably like 10 blocks.
Yeah, it's a neighborhood, but it's not
a significant size.
You still cannot see the Statue of Liberty from Hell's Kitchen.
No, you cannot.
Like you could in season 1 of Daredevil.
Maybe if you got up on top of the tallest building in Hell's Kitchen. I don't know which one that would be, but
yeah. Well, I mean, you're not going to have a lot of terribly tall buildings in Hell's Kitchen. I mean, it's a neighborhood. Maybe. It's where people live. I mean, this is not a business district. So, yeah. So, but yes, Fisk is back, and by the end of the season, like I said, all these things would not surprise me are going to happen, and then, thusly and therefore, it will be a day unlike any other, in which heroes have to unite to defend said either 2-block or state-sized Hell's Kitchen from
one or the other.
Run by Wilson Fisk, and
I had totally written it off. I was like, no, they're not gonna bring him in for like a guest role because he's off doing important stuff. They're not gonna get him. Oh crap, they got him.
I called it. I said, "What do you think that we're gonna have some? When do you think we're gonna have some Fisk?" And you're like, "I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be here." Okay.
Episode 8. There he is.
Boom.
8. I was wrong. There
Big, giant, bald bomb. Also, showing off his impressive strength again. So that I like. That's that whole thing. Like, you realize that he's just gotten stronger in jail. So
next time you meet up with Daredevil, it won't go down as easy as it did.
Well, I mean, admittedly, this time also Daredevil is not just wearing black pajamas. So,
well, he had the suit when he finally fought Fisk.
True.
Straight up. Well, the last time. The first time, no.
He was still in just pajamas. He was a PJ masked Daredevil.
Oh, Dale said we stole his Netflix and chill joke.
Or the Daredevil and Punisher are going to sit in Netflix and chill.
They're going to Netflix and chill.
All right.
This is fan fiction we need to make happen.
to put Dale's initials in that one. All
So,
right.
Man,
So,
it was hard not to watch more Daredevil. That's
oh
all
my
I'll say.
god! Yeah, like I started clicking through, and I'm like, I have time. I could watch this next episode, but probably shouldn't. But I really want to.
I know. And then I felt bad because Katie had a fever because everyone's had a fever yesterday and today, and we're sick except for me. I somehow avoided it.
Yay!
But
Jasmunity.
so like she'd started watching Daredevil with me because she got hooked after the Punisher in the graveyard scene. I think is what finally hooked her. But I had to watch it without her last night. She's like, just fill me in on what happens. I was like, jeez. I was like, man, that so much stuff happened in episode 8. I just want to tell her, just go watch it.
Yes,
I don't have time to explain all this.
There's so much.
Man, that was a heavy episode.
Yes. Still not quite as not quite as exasperated as episode 6 of Jessica Jones, but
No, I mean it wasn't. No, Jessica Jones episode 6 just made me want to curl up in a ball and cry and just never go outside again. But now this one was exciting.
So
it was
excited
fun.
for Luke Cage though.
Oh yeah.
They casted Misty Knight, which makes me happy. I don't remember who it is, but I think it's relatively nobody. But they casted Misty Knight, so that makes me incredibly happy. I just hope they give her the awesome '60s fro still. Like that's all I want. I don't care. She's as long as she's a black woman and has the '60s fro going on. Let's do it. And a robot arm. She has to have a robot arm because
Well, yeah.
that's what happens. All right. So anything else before we move on into the Shield?
Not that's it.
Agents of the Shield.
Ready to move on. Give me some more.
All right.
Give me some more of that Daredevil.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Singularity. When theoretical physics is used as a metaphor for sex, good things are bound to happen. Meanwhile, and not to be outdone by sexier Wolverine, Apocalypse Ward starts his own inhuman hippie commune. Then Hydra fell again. I think Hydra goes down so much it should invest in some decent knee pads.
See, Daryl, you did make it better. That whole knee pads thing, that was all him.
Oh my god, dude, I freaking love you.
When you changed Event Horizon to theoretical physics, come on, Event Horizon, I put that in there for a reason. Okay. The rest of the edits I don't have a problem with. They were great.
8.4 for Singularity from the IMDb.
Which I think is a little low because this episode was kind of awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you have some. I mean, you have the connecting tissue finally starting to form. In Ward Apocalypse, whatever you want to call him, which basically he is at this point, just Inhuman Apocalypse. You finally have some payoffs for his abilities. He's still miserable, but at least his powers are somewhat interesting.
Somewhat, you say.
Mostly interesting. Also mostly tropey, but
I'm okay with that.
We had the fact that, of course, speaking of tropes, the only person that we thought was a bad guy is the only good guy now.
Wait, what?
Lincoln.
Oh yeah. He's pretty much all that's left.
Yeah.
But he
is literally all that's left.
We did go pick up the Australian guy, and they did make another dig at Australians being drunk all the time.
All the time.
Man.
Though
on the Australians.
We now officially have Inhuman Gambit.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Straight up Inhuman Gambit.
What do you think? Inferno? Firestarter? That's kind of 90s. I don't know. Burning Man? Of course, that's ruined by that whole hippie thing in the desert. Hellfire? Yeah. That sounds good. Shut up. You don't get to pick your own name.
It's like dealing with
like Cisco.
Yes, it is Cisco. So your nickname was almost you may feel sick after this.
You talk too much.
Um,
Oh yeah, you might feel a little sick after this. Yeah, I'd put that quote in there too. We're gonna fly the plane. We're gonna take off sideways.
sideways.
Hold on. May's got this. May's got this.
Of course she does. Lovers spat between her and Coulson. Finally, her owning, the fact that she is like the best person on this team, and she pretty much gets treated like shit by Coulson.
Yeah, you made me do all the terrible stuff.
Your hands aren't clean. No, they are not.
It's like, look, I may pull the trigger, but you're the one who orders me to pull the trigger. So don't pretend like your hands are clean, because they're not.
Not in the least. Oh my God, Fitzsimmons!
Fitzsimmons crossing the event horizon. That whole conversation was just the best.
Yes,
Freaking
watching
best.
them be absolutely adorable and just being like super cute, and and Simmons and Gemma dropping the once we have sex. I'm like, oh, that's rather forward of you, lady UK person who's not really supposed to be like that.
It's been 10 years. Come on.
Oh yeah, and we have, of course, can't forget that, hey, the ATCU is still a thing, guys, and so is Hydra, and all right,
Oh, yeah.
that's all going to happen off camera.
I know. Like, the complete and utter lack of fanfare for the downfall of Hydra was kind of awesome. Like, I kind of loved it.
Get into the next Captain America movie.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
So it's like, oh crap, we still have this storyline going on, and we know if Tuesday's episode is not absolutely massive, I am actually going to be very disappointed.
Well,
because obviously they don't really have a problem with doing the payoff for that episode, the episode after it comes out. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Civil War, I'm going to say go watch Civil War before Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. next week. Just call it a hunch.
Just a hunch. But yeah, it's like, Malik, he was kind of pissed off about, Hive killing his only family and, you know, being a total jerk. So he gave us all of the Hydra stuff. So we're going to go blow them all up at the same time.
Yep. And
we're just going to watch the screen and everything blows up and it's like, huh. Just like that, huh? Yeah, just like that. Yeah, okay.
All right, moving on.
I kind of like that. That was a very Whedon approach to this thing that's existed forever, and it's still this horrible thing, and it just no fanfare, just kind of okay, it's done, it's gone. Right. It's like it was anticlimactic in a good way,
right? It's like they've been a major part of this since episode 11 of season 1, like in all of season 2. So. All right,
kind of a big deal in the first half of this season. It was all about Ward trying to rebuild Hydra.
And then, gone. We're done. Moving on.
Okay, Hydra's done.
We have Inhumans.
Inhumans are the big threat now. We don't care about, Hydra anymore. Okay. Sure.
Apparently Fitz, because of the Event Horizon thing. I have in here, Fitz is greater than everything else.
Well, duh. Of course he is.
So I'm like, oh yeah, the Event Horizon. Just freaking fantastic.
I know, man. I mean, I'm not even of that leaning, and I kind of want to make out with Fitz.
Right? Hot, smart guy.
He's just the nicest, sweetest guy.
It's just he is the world's perfect guy. Seriously,
I just want to hang out with him. Let him explain things to me.
Just everything. Just explain the universe to me.
Explain the universe to me, Fitz. I'm just gonna fall asleep to your talking.
Got a murder vest.
Oh yeah, murder vest. That was
so you
weird.
Want me to put on a suicide vest?
It's like, if you get taken over, you're gonna get blown up. Wow.
Suicide vest insinuates that you have control over it. Oh.
So it's a murder vest. Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
You wanna
oh
go down there,
man,
you gotta wear it.
that got DC level dark real fast.
Yeah, they got dark. Man, Coulson, jeez.
I'm not liking the way they're taking Coulson.
Yeah. Kind of got dick move going on there.
Yeah,
Kind of becoming a dick. Though the shield was fun.
yeah.
I thought the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have a shield. That'd be cool. We got a big Captain America with an eagle on it.
Well, it's because he's Captain America's greatest fan. So
Oh yeah, of course. So,
I'm still waiting.
Of course, his robot hand has some kind of weird hologram shield thing.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I'm sure Fitz put that in there for him because he's awesome.
What else do I have here? One small messed up family.
Yeah.
We had, and I counted 4 Lexuses with the Lexus logo prominently displayed on screen for an extended period of time. So
I did notice that.
This episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. brought to you by Lexus.
And I did notice that subconsciously. I didn't
just
realize how much I noticed it until you just pointed it out.
4 of them for like at least like combined about a minute's worth of screen time just on that logo. It's like in Arrow when they focus on the Microsoft Surface, just the Microsoft logo on the back of it, just nothing else.
Oh man,
Ignoring the gorgeous blonde behind it, just
yeah.
focusing on that
That
Microsoft.
first season of Arrow, though, man, they were pushing that Surface Pro, and
right?
Windows 8, man.
That lasted real well.
Like Felicity would have a Windows tablet. Come on.
Yeah, right.
You know she's a
Clearly an
Linux
Android
girl.
Well, Linux doesn't have a lot of tablet OSs.
Well, Android's based on a Linux kernel, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Makes
close
sense.
enough. Yeah, she would absolutely have a rooted Samsung. Even then, like Tab 3 or whatever it was. Yeah, drunk Australian, and hey, we got our Gambit. Is what I put for
Now we
my-
got a real Gambit. Like he
For
touches
real
things and it
Gambit, like
catches
full
on fire. I
Aside
love
from
that he turned and he's
energy.
freaking out. Feels like I'm on fire. What's going on? I'm just like, all right, calm down. You're good. Oh, okay. Come on, let's go do some stuff. Okay.
Also, if the Terrigenesis is meant to fill an evolutionary flaw, is one of those evolutionary flaws the fact that not enough things explode?
Sure.
I said that out loud while watching this episode. I'm like, wait, so his evolutionary flaw, that the one thing that humanity is missing is just more explosions. All right, moving on.
How about that weird science club? Singularity Club or the bio
Yes.
whatever club. What? Okay, sure, this is a thing.
Yeah.
I'm down. And we got Fitz and Simmons all fancied up.
Yeah.
And Mac, wow, you guys look nice. Like what? What? You think all scientists wear lab coats? Is that what you think, Mac? Like what? I'm sorry.
They did have some really cool CG in this episode, though. With
some nice stuff.
with the robot lady.
Robot lady?
And
her freaking HUD display on her forearm.
with
fun.
her what is it called in Fallout?
Pip-Boy?
Pip-Boy. There we go. Yeah, she has a built-in Pip-Boy.
Sweet. And why eyes? Why is it always freaking eyes, man?
Oh, why?
All the time.
Oh
All
my
the
god!
freaking
It
time
like
eyes.
stabs right into him. Like, God, fucking damn it!
I sent you a warning, but maybe you'd already watched it. I don't know.
I watched it the day after we got done recording. So I watched it that Wednesday, and I like screamed out loud when she just stabs him in the eye. God, no!
Why?
Stop
Why
it!
is it always the eyes?
Not
What's
okay.
your freaking problem, you weird? All of you shows and your eyes. Why is with the
Oh.
eyes? Please stop it with the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of, Simmons being awesome and stabbing people in the eye, she also got her moment with Hive, which is
Yeah.
nice. I was like, heck yes, Gemma. It's like, you don't get to use his memories against me.
Good for you.
Pow, pow, pow. 3 in the gut.
He just kind of
Yeah.
It's like we all, even she probably knew that this was going to be ineffective. It's just awesome watching
It's
it
like, I
happen.
don't care. I still get to shoot you.
Yeah, I got to shoot Lord. Yes, you
I
did.
got to
Girl.
shoot.
Yes, you did.
You get it, girl. You get it.
You shoot that freaking weird Hive guy,
Your weird, dusty parasite man.
ex-boyfriend / not boyfriend / maybe boyfriend.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't like Daisy getting all snuggly with Hive.
With Hive Ward. No, yeah, it's
I
a
don't know.
Let's
Ew.
not go back to that. No. Stop
No.
it. No. Bad
But
Shield.
she
Bad.
did correct him and said that her name is Daisy, not Sky. So maybe
Yeah,
there's hope for her. Maybe she's not completely lost.
she's until hopefully we turn him into glass, because I mean his power is basically just shooting sand into people's faces.
Well, that sand melts your face. So
Did you see the
I
preview?
don't want that sand shot in my face. What?
Did you see the previews for next week?
No.
Okay,
I did
I
not.
won't spoil what happens. I think we
Why don't
might
the
have a
previews
resolution.
spoil stuff, man. Jeez.
I think we might have a resolution for that. That's all I'm putting.
Already? But we still got like 4 episodes left.
Nah. Well, at least the beginning of the resolution.
Okay. Well, they got to start wrapping some stuff up.
Yeah. All right. So, any other notes?
Well, I mean, if you got $900 million or whatever, I guess might as well buy a town.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like, hey, I bought us a town. We're gonna start our own new Inhuman hippie commune. Except this one's gonna be based on science and.
Call it a Tillin. Call it a Tillin. Just, I would applaud Zombie Ward if he calls it a Tillin. I will forgive my mistreatments of Zombie Ward if they just call it a Tillin. That's all I want.
Might be fine, but they've taken the Inhumans movie off of the list, so maybe we'll get all of our Inhuman stuff in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe we'll get Black Bolt and Medusa after all.
I could still see us having Medusa. I don't think Black Bolt yet.
Ah.
Or if we do, it will only be a shot of his tuning fork.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this season, but
It would not surprise
in the
me
future.
that the King and Queen of Inhumans don't show up at the season finale. At least, like I said, at least Medusa, because her powers with the hair and the whatnot, while expensive, I can see them not having a terrible time with it, especially if they don't need her to be all sorts of like Medusa-y up front. Just introducing herself as Medusa as the Queen of Inhumans.
I'm in.
And then a shot of the tuning fork.
Bring it on. Give me all of that. I'm in.
All
And
right.
that's all she wrote.
Indeed. So
Good
I'm
job,
gonna
S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's finish
Indeed.
out strong. Come on.
Yeah, you're doing good so far this season. Keep it up. Give me something good to tie into Civil War, because I'm gonna go see it this weekend. And
Me
well,
too.
not today's episode, obviously. Today's episode is not going to be attached to it. It wouldn't surprise me if they don't give a stinger at the end of this episode. Just call it a hunch, because if I remember correctly, they did not give a stinger for next time on S.H.I.E.L.D. during turn. And again, I'm still saying that this is going to have that level of impact on the show. I just really hope they don't let me down.
Don't let me down.
Also, now that they've had sex, I'm really desperately afraid of Fitz or Simmons dying.
Can't do it, man. You can't do it.
God,
Don't do it.
now that they've had sex, it's just kind of a no, don't. And I'm like, yay, they're having sex. Oh wait, no, this is a Whedon show. No. Abort. Oh wait, that's a bad joke to make for sex. Pull it. Oh,
God. That one works.
that was less gross. All right. Speaking of pulling out, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick ad from Daryl. Here he is, something labeled Sick Promo. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I'm going to play it, and then we'll be right back with the challenge shows.
Hello, did you find that episode entertaining? I sure did, especially that one bit with the funny line that ended in a punchline. Hilarious. Now, how about you hop along to geek-io.com/support and do something that helps us out in return. It keeps us coming back again next week.
There you go.
That was pleasant.
Yeah, it was pleasant. I like how I put out there the .com, because that's a thing still again.
Oh, that's right. It's a .com again. We have a .com.
We have a .com.
And a .net.
Yeah,
so
all
you
of
can
them.
choose.
I almost bought the .org just to finish up the TLDN Royal Flush.
Seems legit. Oh well, we got our Daryl, and I don't know. There were no balls references in that whole spot. And I don't know what to think about it.
It was incredibly impressive. That was incredibly good and sweet.
It was like genteel and
it was proper British. All right,
not veiny plums at all.
Yeah, right. Speaking of veiny plums, no Gotham this week. But what are you going to talk to us about?
Yeah, there was no Gotham that aired this week, so I don't have any Gotham to talk about. So instead, hey, Gotham's won me back over. I'll see if I can get you to watch the last 5 episodes.
Oh God, no! I might watch the season finale. I'll give you that.
Oh, but the penguin thing was so great.
I might join up with you because we're going to run through Daredevil next week, so I might just put Gotham freaking back on the damn list just so we have more than one show to talk about.
We still have S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. More than one show to talk about.
Anyway, so since I didn't have anything else to watch and I just couldn't make myself watch Arrow, I watched a bunch of Archer season 4, and I just love this show, man. It's just really, really funny.
Nothing wrong with Archer.
Whenever I just need something to just kind of, I watched an intense episode of Daredevil, and I just need something to kind of just cleanse the palate before I go to bed, so I don't have weird dreams all night. I
wouldn't know what that's like.
Yeah, Mr. Breaking Bad marathon.
2 weeks.
So yeah,
I recommend that, by the way.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone.
No, that does things to people.
That's intense.
So is this the most recent season of Archer, or is this?
No,
back?
I think they're on season 6 or 7. I'm a little ways back.
Reason Miami that you're watching?
No, it's the one before that.
Oh,
that's
okay.
The next season. Season 5 is the Miami one.
I sporadically watch Archer mainly just because I can never remember when it's on. So basically, when it gets to Netflix, I'm just like, oh yeah, Archer's a thing.
Yeah, that's where I'm watching, and I'm just plowing through it on Netflix because it's just so fun. It's just so funny.
It is.
So much fun.
I go to that when I'm just wanting like adult humor and like I said, like you said, a palate cleanser. And even if I'm just not feeling like anime or something like that, Archer is a good go-to for me as well. And it's another one of those shows that I really shouldn't like, but I do.
Yeah, because everyone in that show is an idiot.
Yes. And considering like every time I hear H. John Benjamin do anything else, I just want to like stab a puppy. I really don't like his voice, and the fact that he's such a prolific voice actor is just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Like I've hated him since home movies. Like
Oh, McGurk.
I hated H. John Benjamin before it was cool.
Hey, John Benjamin.
Yes.
No,
But
I
for
understand.
some reason, Archer just gets that, like, man-child in me and just kind of tickles him a little bit. And I like it.
Man-child in you? What?
Yeah.
So yeah, Archer. That's all I have to talk about, really.
All
'Cause
right.
I don't even really remember what all happened. There were things and stuff. I'm sure.
Probably some person got shot.
Oh, this is
got
mostly.
shot.
It's been kind of the string that goes through it is his mom got married to John Cadillac. What's his name? His last name's Cadillac. Tony
Yeah.
Cadillac. I don't know. So it's like about him and his stepdad and stuff, and that great, especially when he got trapped in Canada.
Yes.
Anyway, what have you been watching, CJ?
Well,
Exciting things.
I'm gonna wrap up the stuff that kind of what you've done, which is take shows that we talked about for a couple of episodes and push to the back burner. Both Supergirl and Lucifer had a season finale this week, and both were really good. I'm gonna start with Lucifer's because it's a little bit easier to explain. Because it's obvious that they got notice about halfway through filming this episode that they got renewed. So like all of the things that they were pushing to like
To wrap up, and they're
Wrap
like,
up,
"Oh, we
they're
can
like,
drag this out a little more."
we don't have to drag this on anymore. So they didn't pay off the real wings. They didn't pay off any of this stuff, and it was fine. I mean, it was still a really good episode. It was not it was not necessarily Lucifer and friends solve a murder. It got away a lot. It got away from the formulaic plot line about halfway through the season. It kind of put it towards. It still was there, but it was more towards the. It was the B, sometimes C plot, as opposed to the only plot on the episode.
Legit.
We still have no payoff for why his smoldering, lustful glare does not affect. What's her name?
The whole season, you don't remember her name?
No, I don't like her that much. Chloe.
Really? A whole season and we don't get a payoff on that?
Nope, not a one. They do pay off the Lucifer mortality thing though. About halfway through the season, Chloe shot him and he bled and almost died, and trying to figure out what happened. And then the next couple episodes later, Maze is throwing knives at his head and they're just bouncing off. And it was quickly realized that it's Chloe that affects him. That is the reason why he's mortal, because he feels a feeling that only mortals can feel: love.
Love.
So that human emotion makes him very human, which is going to kind of also pay into Supergirl as well. So just wait, I'll get to that.
Because love will thaw a frozen heart.
Yes. Love will fall. So yeah, we had a wrap up of the plot line of the halfway through, which was Amenadiel, his brother, bringing back a crooked cop to try and kill Lucifer because he didn't want to dirty his hands with it. And he basically went Lucifer happy and started killing people and just murdering everybody.
Okay.
And that got a payoff. It only took 2 angels to take him out. And he got his hands on a Hellforged weapon and stabbed a Metadeel, and it was actually looked like Archangel Robin Wood was going to die.
Oh, no.
And that was one of those ones that was obvious, like halfway through that plot line, they got renewed. So like, hey, we can fix this. Hey, you remember that one thing that happened for like 5 seconds, like 3 or 4 episodes ago? Yeah, that's going to pay off. It still has very Neil Gaiman-esque writing. Still has that dry humor to it, that dry wit. And it ended up just bloody fantastic. And we have a payoff as well of him praying to his father to save Chloe, because Chloe was almost killed. Chloe and Trixie, by the way, because they were being hunted by Malcolm, the crooked cop. By the way, every time I say crooked cop, I just think of bike wars.
I'm a crooked cop.
Damn you, night attack!
Oh no! He got the drop on me.
Exactly. So he was hunting them, and he was pretty much going to kill them because Lucifer was tied up with something. I don't remember what. But he started praying to his father, who is, of course, God. And like, you know what? I will go back to hell. I will do whatever you want me to do. Just save Chloe. And he dies. He gets sent back to hell. Oh, that's right, because he got shot because he was around Chloe. So he was mortal. And so he got sent to hell, but only in a flashback, or a kind of a temporal displacement kind of thing. The plot line is somebody escaped from hell in the next season, and that somebody, as Lucifer looks longingly into his brother's dark, soul-filled eyes, is Mom. And that's where we ended the season. So we get to see how a Vertigo title deals with the wife of God. Oh. Rachel's listening live. Hi, Rachel.
Hi. How's it going?
So then, speaking of things making you human, we move to Supergirl, which kind of had a rocky season. The last half of it was really good. They pay off her aunt about 2 episodes after we stopped watching it, where they get killed. But then her husband, Non, is basically carrying on with this thing called Myriad. Myriad is basically a mind-controlling trope, MacGuffin device. And we also have female Brainiac, Indigo, who is Brainiac 4, I'm wanting to say, in the comics, teaming up to do this Myriad thing, which, like I said, controls minds. So just as Supergirl and smooth and convincing James Olsen kiss, Myriad takes effect. So he walks out of the apartment, and it affects every single human. Except for Cat Grant and Maxwell Lord. Who Maxwell Lord's basically like, hey, I created this thing that blocks sonic waves from interfering with our brains.
That sounds convenient.
Yeah, that was not at all a plot device. And he slipped a couple earrings to Kat, and knowing that she would wear them. And so we had Maxwell Lord and Cat Grant teaming up with Supergirl to stop a Kryptonian and a crazy Brainiac. They did something cool, though, in the last episode. They had Supergirl fighting Dawn, so a older, more experienced Kryptonian. But again, boy on girl. And they had Jean Jones fighting Indigo. So not, oh, we have to have the girls fight because they're girls. And that's something I love that Supergirl has done, is the fact that, you know, a lot of the stereotypical CW girl tropes don't really fall into place here. I mean, there's still some, obviously, but like the girl tropes are kind of kicked out of the way a little bit. we did find out that, by the way, Supergirl does Man of Steel better than Man of Steel did Man of Steel.
That's not that hard to do.
No, it's not. But, a big thing on Man of Steel was hope. The S stands for hope. It's hope, 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 hope. He's Hope Man. The way that Myriad controlled people basically shut down their it shut down their free will. Basically, it just constantly had a pleasure center thing going whenever they took Non's orders. So it just felt really good to follow Non's orders. And by the way, since Superman grew up on Earth, was affected by the device as well, because his brain had become all too human. Which, I guess, yeah, because they call in Superman and they're like, "Hey, Clark's here!" And just when I think that we're gonna get a Clark, nope, he just falls. And they're like, wait a second, why did that affect him? And Maxwell's like, yeah, he's way human. So you're on your own, kid. They took over her sister's brain and put her into some weird kryptonite power armor thing, which looked really cool and had some awesome special effects in it. That's when they figured out that Hope could solve this. So basically, Maxwell Lord did the I'm totally a hacker, y'all, and put this on everybody's phone and TV and computer, that Supergirl is all about hope, and the S stands for hope, and hope, 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 and then poof, magically the MacGuffin is gone. So yeah, basically we wound up with the fact that Argus got another shout out. Not Argus? Argus, yeah, Argus. Because her dad's still alive. So we'll get more Dean Cain next season, which is always cool. And then not much else happened. Like it was good, but it wasn't great. I'm going to continue to watch Supergirl next season, mainly because it is something that me and my daughter could share. So it will continue to be watched, but if it was just me, I probably wouldn't. I enjoyed it, but not enough to probably pick up season 2. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Are you still there, Jess? You just quiet. He's just quiet. All right. Well, then, we're going to go ahead and wrap this baby up. You can contact the show at geekioshow@gmail.com. You can shoot us at Twitter and Facebook at twitter.com/geekioshow and facebook.com/geekioshow. Or you can call us on our Geek Hotline, which is 727-489-4335. That is 727-489-GEEK. Our website, which has all of the things that you could possibly ever want on it, is geek-io.net or .com/spoiler show. And you could support us and the entire Geek.io network at geek-io.net/support, or get most of our shows, except for the shows that are on Netflix, over at geek-io.net/Amazon. And since he is locked up, or I'm locked up and I'm just recording this for the heck of it. No, you're moving. Read show title candidates. Oh. He can't talk. We can't hear you. You broke your microphone. Good job. All right. So, show title candidates for episode 45 of the Small Screen Spoiler Show: Dr. Science Stick, Castle Gone Batty, Stick and the Silent Ninjas, Gilligan the Hole, Daredevil and the Punisher, Netflix and Chill, and Human Apocalypse, brought to you by Lexus, Built-in Pip-Boy, The Hair and the Whatnot, Love Will Thaw, Convenient Earrings, Poof, the Magic MacGuffin. And on that note, folks, we will see you right here next week where we wrap up Daredevil, because Sadly, all good things must come to an end. Bye. This has been a podcast of the Geek IO Media Network, where you put your geek in and geek out. For more geeky goodness, head over to geek-io.net. Copyright 2016.